And when you have this pressure going in there, it is actually going to stretch the walls of the kidney and make it, so it's actually going to damage the filtration aspect of the kidney. Hence, you have, they tell you have nephritis, you have renal failure, you have different aspects of kidney problems. Now, a lot of persons don't understand that if you have kidney stones, for example, kidney stones can actually cause serious problems as regards to your kidneys. Because if those stones are large enough, and they can cause rupture and damage on their way out, they could scrape your urethra. Damage could take place. You could end up with kidney infections and those type of things. Good. So we're going to discuss what do we at Baxter & Associates do? How could we assist someone who is serious, who wants to correct the situation? And what is your body telling you when your blood pressure is high? So your body could be telling you a number of things. One, it could be telling you that you're dehydrated. So we're talking about water here, right? So it means that if you do not have sufficient water intake in the body, you're going to have a kidney problem. You could have a kidney problem. So we know the rule for drinking water. The rule for drinking water is your body weight divided by 2 in what? Ounces. So a lot of persons do not understand. Just yesterday, I worked in St. James, Greenwich Mall there, excuse me. And one of the things I was discussing with a client, I said, a lot of persons do not know that water, the lack of water, dehydration, is responsible for a lot of problems people have, right? So it is a matter of one actually identifying where the issue lies. What is causing the problem? What is causing you to be hypertensive? Let me say a pleasant good morning to Miss Ania Marie. Good morning to you. Miss Catherine Sucre. Miss Anne-Marie Barb, pleasant good morning to you. Keep in mind, as I said, we are live on our social media platforms, Baxter & Associates Limited on Facebook. Instagram, we are Baxter & Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Baxter & Associates Trinidad. On Instagram, let me say pleasant good morning to Kimi and Doubles with Slight Pepper, Unforgettable Tammy, and Dark Heat 13. Watch me, these Instagram names is just kill me. Quite interesting. Pleasant good morning to you guys. Just keep in mind, I'm not judging, I'm just saying, Instagram has some interesting handles. Right? Honey Bay is in the house bright and early. Honey Bay says good morning, Doc. Good morning, Shakil and viewers. So again, we are live on the Street 91.9. I'm saying a pleasant Saturday morning to the listeners. Those of you who may be up early, you're doing cleaning, ladies, you may be seasoning your meat, or men, preparing for the weekend, that type of thing. Pleasant good morning to you. Miss Annie Grant says good morning, Dr. Baxter & Associates. Miss Brenda Newton says good morning. Miss Perlin Henley Rajpal says good morning. Yeah, so if you're having that situation, listen to me. Your body has sounded an alarm and it is saying, listen to me, we're in some problems here now. And if we do not address this situation, we're going to be in some issues. So as I said, we spoke about dehydration. So there's actually a rule for drinking water. So I've made your life very easy. Go on the scale, weigh yourself. When you take that weight, you divide it by 2. Easy math, right? If it is your easy math. So let's say we're 160, half of 160 is 80. 80 ounces converted to liters would be what, about 2 point something? I'll check it for you just now. So you're looking at maybe about 2.5 liters of water, 2 liters of water on average that you could drink. And that is for someone who weighs 160 pounds. So obviously, if your weight is higher, you need to drink more water, right? Good. Now, at Baxter & Associates, we do carry premium alkaline water. The brand is actually known as Alkagen, which is alkaline water. And there are some great benefits to that. Of course, there's always a cost factor associated with it. So I always tell persons, if there's a cost factor associated there for you and you cannot, deal with that particular situation right now financially, nothing wrong with that. We can't send it to rob anybody. We can't send it to steal. But at least have a proper filter and filter your water. That is very important. The problem with a lot of persons is that the quality of water they drink most of the time is nonsense. Most of the time, it does not do anything for you. You have to understand why hydration is so important in the body, especially as it relates to hypertension. You have 2 major types of fluid in the body. Intracellular fluid, intra meaning inside of the cell, and you have extracellular fluid, which is fluid outside the cells. There are also some things in your body known as electrolytes, right? Then you have some minerals, sodium, magnesium, potassium, calcium. All of these work in sync to ensure that you have proper blood pressure reading. So if you don't, and your blood pressure is all over the place, you have to be very, very careful. Your body is out of balance. Something is wrong somewhere. And, you know, as I was telling someone, is, you know, taking blood pressure medication, most of the time, most medication, now keep in mind, I'm not saying not to take medication. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, a lot of the times, painkillers, for example, let me give you the easiest example. What are painkillers? Why do you take painkillers? Because you have pain. Your back might be hurting you. You might have a severe back problem. You might have a knee problem. You might have, but you have pain. Every minute you have pain. So in order to function, you would take pain. What? Medication. But here the problem with that is as if you're in your kitchen cooking, and your hand on fire, but you don't know. Does that change the fact that your hand is on fire? It doesn't. So if your blood pressure is high and you take blood pressure medication to bring down the blood pressure, does that change the fact or the reason as to why your blood pressure is high? So if you're dehydrated, would that change the hydration problem? No. You're not drinking water. You're taking medication. So understand what it is I'm saying. Good? So that is what it means. You have to address the root cause of your problem. The root cause. Very, very important. Okay? So let me give you the office telephone numbers, clinic telephone numbers. Keep in mind, we do have our foot detox specials going on, where you get discounts on the foot detox that we have available at the Shogunas office. That office is located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunas. And the telephone number for that office is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. And that office is located on the corner of, the main road, Shogunas, Montrose Main Road. There's 182 Montrose Main Road, Shogunas. My apologies, I have so much addresses to remember. Shakil has done a wonderful job. So those of you actually who are on social media right now, you actually see it coming up here on Facebook, where you have the locations, the telephone numbers. Okay? Debe is located on the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James, as I said, is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James, and that telephone number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago is, of course, the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago, and that number is 226-4553. Again, that's 226-4553. You listen to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, supporting your health naturally. Ms. Annie Grant says good morning. Ms. Brenda Newton, good morning. Ms. Joan Antoine says good morning as well. And those of you who may be hearing us for the first time, keep in mind you could always follow us on social media, and you can get a lot of information, because there's where we actually would post a lot of our testimonies, a lot of our product specials, a lot of the even service specials that we offer, because we do the live nutritional blood cell analysis, magnetic resonance analysis. We also do a number of deal with a number of different diseases, ailments. We have a very good natural eye program. I mean, if you have problems with cataract, glaucoma, those type of things, you can get some really safe and effective ways of dealing with that, because, you know, a lot of persons now sometimes opt for surgery, which sometimes is not even the best thing to do, and they end up in significant problems. So you need to be very careful. It's always good to get a first opinion, second, a third, or fourth, to ensure that in the long run, in the final analysis, you come out victorious. That's the important thing. It's not about the doctors, it's about you in the final analysis, because you don't want, at the end of the day, things that go wrong with your eyes, your blood, you have glaucoma, you end up with detached retina, which is bleeding behind the eyes, you end up with macular degeneration, you end up with floaters, and then eventually you end up blind. You don't want that to happen. And, you know, as I always tell persons, as the old people say, ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Miss Ramona Jackman, she says, good morning, Dr. Batson and Associates, jobless. Ms. Jackman also asks the question, what's the remedy for tinnitus? A good question. The thing is, tinnitus is a very annoying ringing situation, that you may have in your ear. Now, most people who end up with tinnitus are people who would have worked in noisy situations before. So you maybe was a DJ, you maybe operated heavy material, heavy machinery, equipment, that type of thing. So you had a lot of noise. A lot of the times, it has to do with imbalance, but it also has to do with poor circulation to the brain, or what is referred to as poor cerebral circulation. So we know circulation in the brain is referred to as cerebral circulation. Now, we have two types of circulation primarily. You have pulmonary circulation, which is above your heart, and you have systemic circulation, which is below your heart. So there's actually a condition known as pulmonary hypertension, and I've spoken about this some time back. And listen to me, I don't want that to know. But there are a lot of persons who have been diagnosed as hypertensive, but they're not aware that their hypertension is pulmonary hypertension. Understand what I'm saying? And that is a very serious diagnosis. You need to be very, very careful. It means that you are in an easy situation to end up with strokes, brain aneurysms. You can get either hemorrhagic strokes, which are bleeding strokes, or you can end up with ischemic strokes, which is lack of blood flow to the brain, lack of oxygen. So it is very important that you pay close attention to that. Very, very important. Okay? So let me say again a pleasant good afternoon, good morning, sorry, to Ms. Brenda Newton. Ms. Brenda Newton say, hi, Doc, what is the correct pressure reading for someone over 60? Okay, that's a good question. Ms. Newton, if you're over 60 and you get a reading of maybe about 135, 140, which is your systolic, your diastolic, your lower number, if you get like maybe about 80, 85, you could live with that. So if you have about 140 over 85, 135, 130, we can live with that. But when you see a start to go over 140, that's when the problems start. It means that something is out of sync there in the body. Let me also just touch on the ladies who may be going through premenopause or postmenopausal situation, PMS. The thing is, hormonal changes in the body could actually cause elevation in blood pressure. And that's something, again, that a lot of persons need to pay very close attention to. So you may be going through PMS, which is postmenopausal syndrome. And as a result of that, you are now hypertensive. And that's why I was saying at the genesis of the conversation that a lot of the times, persons need to pay attention. You have to know you. Because a lot of the time you go to the doctor, and the doctor will tell you, okay, you're hypertensive, but are you really hypertensive? Because we know there is something known as white coat syndrome, right? What is white coat syndrome? White coat syndrome is a terminology used in medicine for persons who, because of their anxiety, which they may not be aware of, and most of the time the anxiety is not in your conscious mind, it is in your subconscious mind, you end up with an elevation with your blood pressure. So it means now that as a result of that, you now have a situation that needs to be corrected because of the hormonal imbalance. So it's a matter of dealing with the root cause of the issue. Constipation as well. Constipation could also contribute to hypertension. So you see, the objective in getting better, because the thing is, I don't understand how persons are sick for years. It baffles me. I've always tell persons. And that's one of the reasons why I became an integrated specialist, why I did medicine. I mean, I didn't do Western medicine in a grand scale, simply because that was my choice. And I didn't want to be, I prefer primarily integrated medicine because it encompasses the body from a holistic perspective. And it looks at the body's ability to maintain and consistently maintain at that equilibrium or balance. Because that is what is responsible for keeping you healthy. Any problem that you have, whether is hypertension, diabetes, cancer, and I have to do a few programs on cancer because I find like everybody getting cancer now. And a lot of persons, you could avoid the situation. I always tell persons, the old people had a saying, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. There is wisdom in those words. You do not wait until the whole house falls down to call the contract. You're mad? How you'll do that? From the time you see things start to go wrong, you need to check yourself. Okay? So Miss Jen Bree says, good morning. Ramona Jackman says, thanks. So I can come for the cerebral formula. Yes, you can come for the cerebral formula. What you could use as well. Now, keep in mind, remember your water intake is very, very important. Kimi 24, I'll give you a question just now as regards to tinnitus. So you can use cerebral. There's actually, we usually carry a product called circulation tea. And I have to apologize. So, you know, we have one or two challenges now because COVID and now war and you know how it is, right? So we should get tea. All our tea should be here, God's willing, by about next week, please God. And we usually have circulation tea. There's an eye tea that we carry that is very good, not only for your eyes, but it helps with blood pressure because it helps to improve the blood circulation in your cerebral hemisphere. So that's very important. You have to improve the blood circulation. That pulmonary circulation, which is circulation above your heart, needs to be addressed, especially if you have tinnitus. There's also something known as vertigo, which is where you have dizziness, you feel like the room spinning, you're falling down all over the place. No. Something wrong. You're not getting sufficient blood flow to your brain. Remember, your blood is responsible for doing what? Transporting oxygen and nutrients, right? To what? To your cells. Right? So Kimi, as regards to the tinnitus, there are some products you can get at Baxter & Associates that will help you with that. What I also suggest, there are actually some exercises that you can do. You can actually go on YouTube and you'll see there are some stretching exercises where you stretch the right, you stretch the left, you lie down, you go. And those actually help with vertigo and it also helps with the tinnitus situation. But in all the individuals that we have dealt with tinnitus, it has a lot to do with poor circulation. People who have problems with sinusitis as well, they also have some problems there. All right, Ms. Mira Kimraj rather asked, what is a good reading for a fasting blood sugar? Your fasting blood sugar, we could deal with anywhere between 110 to 90, 110, 85, or 85 to 110. All those are good because it would mean that you would get an HbA1c of maybe about 5.5, 5.6, which is good. When you pass 5.5, you're going up to 6.5, you are becoming pre-diabetic. And that's an HbA1c, which is the 3 months test for diabetes. Okay? Ms. Anya Marie asked, Doc, what can be used to reduce puffiness in the face due to hypothyroidism? Okay, so hypothyroidism is low thyroid function. If you have a thyroid problem, you have a lot of other problems. So that's, your thyroid is just a symptomology of a greater problems. You need to look at your digestive system. You're welcome, Kimi. 24. You need to look at your digestive system. Always remember, life and death lies in your gut. Now, a lot of people don't understand what I say. That statement means, and I don't have enough time to go in as in depth as I can as regards to that. But of course, keep in mind, once you like us on Facebook, once you start following us, you will have access to a lot of information. This is not the only program that we do. And all our programs are usually on our Facebook page where you can actually go and get the program, subsequently. Good. Let me just, okay, so someone is asking me for the telephone numbers again. They're asking, what do we do at Baxter & Associates? Let me explain something to you quick. So Baxter & Associates is an organization of trained consultants who specialize in what is known as natural and integrated medicine. Now, we have a lot of people that work with us. So it's not only Dr. Batson, because a lot of people say, Dr. Batson, I want to see you. No. Because a lot of times, if you have to see me alone, you're going to have to wait 6 months and a year for an appointment. And that doesn't make any sense. We have put a serious system in place. I'm not saying that I wouldn't contact you. I may give you a call. When you come back for your visit, you're going to see me. You'll see me, but you can't see me all the time. We have people like Ms. Karishma Ramdan, we have Mr. Paul Green, Mr. Rene Bustamante, and the list goes on as regards to the team of persons that we have there to assist you. And our job is to get you better. I don't understand how people are sick for years. It baffles me, honest to God. You have high blood pressure, and some people boast. I've been hypertensive for 30 years. There's nothing to tell nobody. You should shut your mouth. Don't tell nobody that. There's nothing to be proud about. I have diabetes 15 years now. No hush. Don't tell nobody that. That is nothing to be proud of. Am I saying you should be ashamed? No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that you're doing something wrong. Albert Einstein said the only people who do the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, is mad people. You have to be out of your mind. Because you cannot be good. That's like you're getting up every morning, eating foolishness, you're not exercising, you're not drinking water. You're putting all that stuff away, your belly getting big, you're watching at yourself in the mirror, complaining, you're going on the scale, you're complaining, and you're not doing anything to change it. Your routine remains the same. It cannot change because you have not changed your routine, or you have not changed your protocol, or whatever word you want to put in the English language that means routine or protocol or system or program, whatever you want to put there. You have to change that. You have to do it. When people tell me they have diabetes, I be confused. You have diabetes? What you do with sugar? And don't come and tell me that sugar runs in your family. No. You know what runs in families? Stature. If you have a broad shoulders, or you might be tall, you might have a color in your eye. Those things are primarily genetic, not diabetes. Don't let anybody fool you with that. Now, you may be predisposed, which in the English language is a completely different word as regards to diabetes and hypertension. But don't tell me you come from a family and all of you all have hypertension. No. You're making an excuse for me. You're not all eating foolishness. All you're not doing all you're supposed to do. I always tell people I come from a family of bad diabetics. But after God, I have no diabetes and I'm not going to get it. You know why? There are a lot of things I do not eat and drink. I don't interfere with it. I already eat like if I have sugar. I am not playing that. And a lot of people do not understand the human diet or the way your body was designed. The diet that we have now was not designed for your body. Your body was not designed for that. So you have to make your necessary adjustments. Okay? Very good. Miss Cecilia Claxton says, good morning, Doc. Can you have a discussion on, okay, send me back to school with that one, MYEL myeloma? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, okay, I would do that in any program. I could always discuss that tomorrow, please God. Tomorrow, please God, we actually have a program, a live that we'll be doing tomorrow. So you can just stay on the live until we finish the radio connection, and I will let you know the time for the program. When the live would be, that live would actually be on Sunday. We usually have a live on Sunday from 9 to 11. So you could always get some information on that. And keep in mind, we are Baxton & Associates on Facebook, Baxton Associates Limited. On Instagram, we are Baxton Associates TT, and on YouTube, we are Baxton Associates Trinidad. Okay, so let me see if I can run through some of your questions quickly here, give you the telephone numbers again, and you all could sort yourself out, right? Miss Elizabeth Nandlal, a client of ours. Miss Nandlal, I hope all is good with you. I hope you arrive safe. I hope you guys are using the products. Because I know you got a lot of benefit from the sand to land. Miss Joan Williams Road says that water drink is a boss, burning under the feet, plenty water. Trust me, it works. Yes, especially the Alkagen water, which we do have available at all of the offices, whether it's St. James. So that is St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. And we open on a Saturday. Guys, we open on a Saturday. Tobago currently does not open on a Saturday, but that's going to be corrected just now because Tobago's office is about 75% completed. So God's willing, we had a little one or two stress in the situation, but we're going to fix that for you guys, right? So St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number is 226-4553. Again, 226-4553. I'll actually be in Tobago next week, please God. Monday, Tuesday, I should be in Tobago. So you could always call that number, get some information, and, come and see us. Debe is the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. Again, that's 223-7515. Shogunas is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. And that office is on the Montrose Main Road in Shogunas, 182 Montrose Main Road, Shogunas. Okay? Let me answer Miss Joan Williams Road. It reduces your sugar. It does. It does. A lot of people with diabetes because you're not drinking sufficient water. You're not. And if you try the Alcogen water, I'm telling you, and I watch me, that water is not expensive. We sell the 5-liter bottles. 3 5-liter bottles is not more than $100. I don't call price on radio, but I just give you, I basically almost do it in a very clever way here. It is not more than $100. Okay? We usually have circulation tea, but as I said, we do not have, but you can always call the office and let them know my name is AB. When you get circulation tea, can you kindly call me? And they will let you know what the price is. Easy, 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 easy. Because a lot of the times, people have to look at their finances, and I understand that. But let me tell you something. Do not play dotish and sit down and say, you know, when I get this, but I would do. No, procrastination is what did I tell you? Procrastination is a bad thing. Keep postponing and putting off. Is your health you're talking about? That's why plenty of people end up with stroke. Because all the time, you feel you have a headache, something ain't right. Oh God, when I get somebody, I go by the doctor. When I get somebody, I go by the doctor. You don't want to come and see, you don't want to come and do any tests by us as yet. What I'm saying, I'm not saying that we wouldn't test you. Now, depending on how serious the situation is, you're going to get that blood analysis and the magnetic resonance analysis because we need to dot our I's and cross our T's and know everything that's going on with you. But a lot of the times, some people, they come in, they take a 3 bottle of water, some circulation tea. There's a product we carry called inflammation formula, BOSS. There's a next one we have called nerve restore. All the sleepwalkers and them, all the people who feel you're working security in the night and you have to set up and listen to radio and watch your ceiling because you can't sleep. Nerve restore. Now keep in mind though, you cannot want to come and use proper product, efficacy, potency, and you're inside dirty air. We're not going through that. And you're dehydrated. That's why a lot of you all will buy something and say, I use vitamin C, but I'm always sick. The vitamin C ain't going nowhere because it can't move. Are you aware that the circulatory system in the human body, if they were to join all your blood vessels, they would be able to make the circumference of the Earth 2.5 times, which is 66,000 miles. You have 66,000 miles of blood vessels in your body. As regards to the surface area of the lining of your blood vessels, which are endothelial cells, that is responsible for the vasoconstriction and vasodilation of your blood vessels, which is why 90% of you all have hypertension in the first place, because your nitric oxide levels are non-existent. If you do research on NO, which is nitric oxide, you will realize that once you have sufficient levels of nitric oxide in your body, you cannot, you will not, and you shall not have a cardiovascular incident. What is a cardiovascular incident? Heart attack, which is known as what? In medicine, heart attack. The medical term for heart attack is a myocardial infarction. So once your nitric levels are up, your nitric levels or your nitric oxide levels, my apologies, are sufficient or up, you cannot have a cardiovascular problem. Kimi 24 says the eye drop is a boss. Yeah, we carry an eye drop called eye optics formula. You see, the thing is, whenever I come and I do my programs, and for the 13 years that I've been practicing, I always do it like this. I prefer to discuss an issue and then point to a product. I'm not really a product person. I don't really go on the radio and talk about products. But I realize to save you guys time, to save you some of their lives, I have to discuss some of the products so at least you could get something. Because you have to start somewhere. You can't sit down. How much people you know sit down and dead? And some people hide sickness, like you're afraid, you don't want this one to know and this. I mean, I say expect you over and tell everybody your business. Some of them ain't too good to tell their neighbor. So they want nobody to know anything wrong with all. But let me tell you something. Sometimes it pays to open your mouth. Because somebody would have go somewhere or somebody would have used something and it might be able to help you. So don't sit down and play stupid. Don't do yourself that. Don't do yourself that. You're doing yourself a grave injustice by sitting down. Let me tell you something too. Don't feel. Okay, 6:41. I just checked my time there. Right. Don't feel for 1 minute. Some people have a mentality. Let me clear something up in their mind. Healthcare is very expensive. It will always be an expensive thing. You know why? Doctors are very well trained. Well, they're supposed to be very well trained. Now, we have some very good doctors in this country. I mean, I am not the type, I tell people I'm not in the politics of medicine and I will never get involved with it. I don't have time for that foolishness. I have way more important things than to argue with people as to what to use and which doctor to go by. You have to understand that doctors, which is why they have specialists and which you have specialty in medicine, are needed at specific times. So let me explain something quickly to you. If you're pregnant and you're ready to deliver a baby, you cannot come to Dr. Jason Batts. My specialization is not obstetrics. I have some training in gynecology. I'm a consultant gynecologist. In a lot of cases, fibroids, polycystic ovaries, I could consult in almost any case. I am not a surgical specialist. So when it's time for you to deliver, you have to go to someone who is a surgical specialist, especially if it is you. The surgeon's going to have to be present there because, God forbid, if you're getting problems when you're delivering that baby, what are you going to have to do? Emergency, cesarean, or whatever the case may be. If you get in an accident, you fall down, something always wrong with you, something wrong, you get, God forbid, you're in some accident, your vehicle crash or some kind of thing. You need, that is when you have the emergency room doctors. And these people are surgical specialists who can work in emergency. So all they don't mix up the thing and confuse the thing and about, herbs and good and this and good and that and good. You have to understand what applies to who it applies and when it applies. And that's a problem with a lot of people. So let me tell you something. When you have diabetes, that is where vaccine and them come in. When you have hypertension, and you say, listen to me, you see this thing I have here, I'm not feeling good. And you want to get better, that is where people like myself comes in. You have lupus. You have hypothyroidism, you have fibroids, you have polycystic ovaries. You don't want to go and let nobody do no hysterectomy on you. Why you want to cut out your womb for? You mad? Almighty God, in his wisdom, when he created mankind, and yes, I believe in creation, he put everything in your body has a place, everything. It's our reason why you have two eyes. Why you don't have an eye in the middle of your head? You have been falling all the time. Why it says you have two ears? Why it is your kidney, which part it's located? Why is it that your colon, your small and large intestine, most amount of digestion takes place where? In your small intestine. You think there's a mistake? So don't be going around with the notion. Don't be going around with the notion that there are body parts that you can live without. Stop that foolishness. And anybody telling you that, run. I tell you that, run. They're mad. Something wrong with them. You cannot be doing yourself those things. Because, listen to me, your body has something called mapping. And because at the time I can't describe mapping properly. But are you aware that the palm of your hand, every part of the palm of your hand represents an organ in your body, as well as the sole of your feet, your hair, your eyes. Almighty God knows exactly what he did. Take what I'm telling you. We have to understand that you have been given a gift. That gift is the human body. Stop playing the fool. Plenty of this play the fool. I don't like how water this tastes. Stop the nonsense. If you don't like how water this tastes, then get a bag and put it over your head and suffocate yourself because you should not like to breathe neither. Right? Because the most important requirement of the human body after oxygen is water. So whether you like it or you don't like it, you have to drink it. No, you don't drink it, but you would end up exactly where it is half all it is end up, in the people hospital. And let me tell you something. The hospital, that's why I always tell people, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. The hospital is not high at all. Let's be honest, when you feel like you know the salad inside of it, all white bread will get into constipate all you. But what you're doing there, the hospital is for emergency, pregnant people, people in accident. You shouldn't be going to the hospital because your blood pressure going up and your sugar going up. Why? What nonsense you doing? You're not monitoring yourself. You're not paying attention to yourself. You're not drinking sufficient water. You're not doing a little exercise. And that is how you just end up in this situation. Okay? So, accordingly enough, let me just answer some questions here and close off. Keep in mind those telephone numbers. So if you know you're serious and you want to get better, now usually we have open clinic days. Open clinic days in Chaguanas is usually on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So if you walk in Chaguanas office now this morning, they have a consultant there who will be able to do a blood analysis for you today, do a magnetic resonance analysis. They can do a consultation for you, and you can start to get your life in order. Stop playing with your health. Some of you playing with all your eyes. Well, the doctor tell me I have a cataract, and it's a small cataract. What is small eventually gets what? Bigger, right? Okay. So quickly, Miss Kathleen Ishmael, she says, good morning to you, my dear. She says, always a beautiful blessing. Miss Elizabeth Nanglal, what an amazing way to commence my Saturday. Thanks for the wealth of information. You're very welcome, my dear. Miss Michelle Degan says, Doc, what do you recommend for underactive thyroid? Miss Degan, if you have an underactive thyroid, you have some deficiency issues in your body. Now, a lot of people think thyroid is iodine deficiency, but that's not necessarily always the case. It could be iodine, selenium. It has a lot to do sometimes with leaky gut syndrome, so you need to get your gut in order, and that you can actually get some very good results as regards to that, right? But you can always give us a call. You can always visit the office. Listen to me. If you'll go to any one of those offices, whether it's Debe, Shagona, St. James, Tobago, anyone working there, my staff is very well trained. And if it is they give all you any problems, let me know. But they're very well trained. In fact, I don't even call them staff, I call them my colleagues because we work together. I mean, I is the boss, yes, but still. Right? Because there's a team. And the more we work as a team, the better we're able to help persons. Because we have a lot of persons to deal with. So we don't want, when you come there, you're giving trouble, and you're not dark, I testing the sugar, and I eat this, and I eat that. I mean, you'll fall off the bandwagon once in a while. And let me tell you something. I don't starve nobody. Ask anybody who comes to Batsman Association. I don't starve persons. I do not do that. I'm well trained in dietetics, nutrition, and clinical nutrition especially. That is where my specialization is. So if they tell you you have blocked arteries and you have to do this, watch me, we claim that your blood pressure high, you want it to go down, and you're serious, we fixing that. You're a little overweight, that belly upsetting you. As I always tell them, a big belly don't look good with nothing. It spoil your clothes, it spoil your look. You have a little wedding to go to, and this whole big belly in front of you. You're not looking good. You're not pregnant. Why your belly big? Why? Worst yet with some of them men and them too. Or this big belly. No. You make a child in your life. Why your gut big so? It does not look good. It is not an indication of good health. The World Health Organization states that once your waist is over a particular size, you automatically open to a number of things. Cardiovascular disease, diabetes, hypertension, stroke. No. What you doing? What you doing? Better you go and buy something, go and plant some fig or some kind of thing. You're wasting time, man. You're wasting time. So, to the listeners of the Street 91.9, thank you so very much for allowing me into your home this morning. I hope that you would have learned something, you would have gained something from what we discussed this morning. And don't take offense. I'm not I generally a nice person. I'm just a serious, down-to-earth, plain-spoken individual. Because I could always tell people in all my lives I do, or any presentation or lectures that I do, I could come and speak and use a set of big words and I alone understand it. So I don't time. I like to deal layman's. I can speak the Queen's English if you wanted to know. But I believe when you're speaking to people, break it down so that they could understand. Because let me tell you something. I'm not living in none of your house. The doctor don't live with you. So you have to be able to be a first doctor and understand what to do. So let me tell you something. Write down this morning. You need to get 3 bottles of Alkagen water. It is not $1 million. And call that office and tell that office when you get teas. We have eye tea, we have circulation tea, we have joint tea. All got me knee hurting, my back hurting, my all this hurting, man. We have tea for that. We have nerve restore. Boss product. There's a product we carry called inflammation formula. Boss product. There's a lady up there yesterday, I was doing a review. She said, Dr. Batson, all the pain that I had, there's 2 months after, she said, Dr. Batson, all the pain gone. And I talk about excruciating pain. And she hasn't even gone to see the chiropractors yet. It's just based on the products and the protocol that we give her. We have good things. So very quickly, let me give you those telephone numbers for Shagonas. Shagonas is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Now, keep in mind, I'm doing this program very early. That office opens at 9 o'clock. And they'll be able to deal with you at 9 o'clock, right? So the number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is the Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number is 226-4553. That's 226-4553. You could ask about the pensioner special. There's a special that we have too as well, which will be sending out at the end of the month. As persons, if you know you're a pensioner and the money you really read, you wanted to read, but it still have a small package that you could use to help yourself. Do not stay and die for nonsense. Plenty of you do not accept that. All right, Miss Annie Grant says, oh yes, no, restore words. We have good thing. I don't play that. And we have things for small pocket, in between pocket, big pocket. You have to know that your health is your wealth. So as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. So we have some time still. So let me see how fast I could just run through some things here. Ms. Brenda Newton, she says, well said, Dr. Batson. Nicole Paul says, blessed Saturday to everyone. Ms. Pearline Henry Rajport, she said, yes, your staff is well trained. Mr. Green is excellent. Thanks so very much for that. Ms. Joan Williams Roach, she said, may God keep you around for a very, very long time. Ms. Roach, I hope so too as well. So keep in mind, get your information. Keep in mind as well, we are live on all our social media platforms. Tomorrow, please God, from 9 to 11, we will have a program on our lives, so that you could always pay attention to that. And you could always get your necessary information where that is concerned. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. On YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. Those telephone numbers again for the Shagona's office is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is 223-7515. St. James is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago is 226-4553. That's 226-4553. And as I said, we have open clinic days. So today, if you want to do that blood analysis and that scan, that whole package, all you need to do is fast for 2 hours. So if you're fed up, today is the day that you want to get some information, you want to feel better. Don't read the day. Remember, today is 17th. You have some time, but call and get your information and take better care.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for the program The Final Hour with Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr. and his wife, Nikki Garcia, for the Bible study every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Mark chapter